This video is how to turn in or place your Legos into the temporary parts bin for use later during assemblies. You should do this after you have placed pictures of both Legos you created, the standard Lego, and then the specialty Lego in your notebooks with links, and turn them into Schoology. You will find the temporary Lego parts bin link in the Schoology assignment for the Lego assembly assignment. Open the temporary Lego parts bin. And once there, you're going to use the Derive tool to make a copy of your Legos into this parts bin. At the end of the day, or at the end of the class, once I have a number of Legos into this parts bin, I will then move those Legos over to the big parts bin that everybody has access to. You can always access your own Legos during the assembly process by looking for your own files on your own space, which I will show you later. To place your Legos into the folder, you're going to use the Derive tool, which is often found under the Plane icon if you have not used any of the tools in this menu before. It's the same menu we found the Variable tool. So I'm going to click Derive, and then I have to point to where I'm going to find the documents. So I'm going to say Other Documents, Created by Me, and then find my Lego parts that I've created. For example, my 5th period Lego class. Now to import this part, I would click Create Version. Doesn't matter what you name it. Create. And then click each part you want to import individually. Do not import your entire part studio. Before importing, make sure sketches are turned off on the part in the original file. Otherwise, the sketches are imported as well, and they show up and they can get in the way when trying to do assemblies. So you're just going to click the part you want to import. Please make sure you've labeled it. So for example, this class has not been labeled, so I'll go back and look for a different part studio that I want to import. Here I found one of my sandboxes. I have many for importing parts. So I can open the Part Studio, click Make Version, sometimes this process will take a little bit to refresh. And then I can bring in the piece I want to import. If you want to import more than one piece at a time, you can just click on more than one at a time. Like I said, don't import any sketches, just parts with names, please. If you need to rename a part, you can go back to your original file and right-click on the name here in the Parts menu and say Rename. So there I've imported Legos into the file. You're more than welcome to change the colors of them. To change the colors, again, you can go by right-click on the object, edit appearance, and then change its color. Again, to import parts, you're going to say derived, Other documents, created by me. Choose the sandbox or the file that has pieces you want to import. And then choose the files you want to import. This preview process takes a long time. That's why I recommend making sure your files are named. So if you know what you're looking for, it won't take as long because you can just click the name instead of having to import multiple items. So you can also click the items first, then click the Make Version button and create. And say OK. I really don't need to import the rim. Because there are more than one rim already in the current giant Lego box we have. Once you get your Legos imported into the sandbox, I recommend moving them around if they've stacked on top of each other, especially if multiple students are importing into this same part studio. They'll stack on top of each other, so it's a good idea to move them away from the origin so others have room. All right, to move things, you're going to use the transform button. So I can click an object I want to move, click transform. You might need to click the drop-down list to find it. And I'm going to say transform by XYZ. And then you get a little origin that pops up, and you can either drag the arrows to move the part, or you can drag the square to move the part. So again, as I imported things, I think I have tires and rims stacked on top of each other, so I'm going to translate by XYZ, and I can pull things apart. If you end up being red over in the side menu, it means something probably didn't work and you can go ahead and delete it. I think it's because I clicked off of it. There we go. And so now you have all your parts spread out in the bin. Once you've done that, you can tell Mr. Piccioni or your other teacher that you've put them in the temporary Lego bin, and when they get enough parts, they will import them into the larger Lego bin. Thank you.